A thick layer of smog engulfs the city. The AQI of the national capital remains in the very poor category, reducing the visibility and creating problems for the patients, in fact, with the respiratory illness. Meanwhile, a thick layer of morning mist and smog blanketed the city as the minimum temperature has dropped to 18.1 degrees Celsius and 3.8 degrees above the normal. Arzu Seth, my colleague, joins me live on the broadcast. Brian, I request you to kind of stay on with us, who's joining us live from Bharat Mandapam. All right. My colleagues Brian and Arzu, in fact, how does the morning, in the continuation of the polluting levels and the deteriorating air quality in the national capital looks like? Are people still facing the problems that they used to complain ahead of the onset of the winter season? And now, in fact, smog is also there, and the minimum temperature has also dropped to 18 degrees Celsius. Arzu.
Well, yes, Simran, as I am at the India Gate and would like to show you the visuals because the AQI continues to be near the 400, and these are the visuals from the India Gate where the visibility has become very less and the thick layer of smog has engulfed the area. There are several places where the AQI is above 400. Also, if we talk about the overall AQI in the national capital, the overall AQI of the national capital is around 360, which comes under the very poor category. At several places it's in the severe category. Also, the government is trying, because yesterday also there was a demonstration through the drone to spread the water so that there could be a control on the pollutants and there should be less dust in the environment. So these are the attempts being made by the government, but as you can see, there has been a increasement in the pollution, and day by day you can see the air is getting more poisonous for the people to breathe. It is very difficult. As we can see at the India Gate also, there are a lot of people and will try to go across them and take their reactions also. What problem are they facing from the pollution? Sir, हम लोग पॉल्यूशन पे बात कर रहे हैं. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द पॉल्यूशन. कितनी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है? आप लोगों को घूमने आए हैं?
जी मैम, घूमने आए हैं.
कितनी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है? क्या
होती है, पूरा धुंध टाइप का रहता है. पॉल्यूशन तो है दिल्ली में.
आप लोग को प्रॉब्लम हो रही है सांस लेने में या फिर डिफिकल्टी हो रही है कुछ?
कभी कभी होती है.
सर, आपसे भी पूछना चाहेंगे क्या कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है? पॉल्यूशन हम देख रहे हैं दिल्ली में लगातार बढ़ रहा है.
हाँ, सो तो दिख तो रहा है. हम लोग बाहर से आए हैं. और
से आए आप लोग?
हम छत्तीसगढ़ से आए हैं घूमने.
वहाँ पे भी ऐसे ही धुंध सी दिख?
नहीं, वहाँ ऐसे नहीं रहता है. वहाँ का वातावरण बिल्कुल स्वच्छ और साफ है. वहाँ इतनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है जितनी दिल्ली में है. यहाँ तो काफ़ी दबाव है हवा का, और देखते हैं तो यहाँ तो पोल्यूशन बहुत ज़्यादा है. सांस लेने में दिक्कत हो रही है. मतलब आपको बेचैनी से भी महसूस होती है हल्का.
तो आपको लगता है कि गवर्नमेंट को
फ्रेश फील नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ?
नहीं फील.
हाँ जी जी जी. हाँ,
आपसे भी पूछना चाहेंगे क्या कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है पॉल्यूशन से? इंडिया गेट घूमना है?
जी, इंडिया गेट घूमना है. देखिए, आंखों में जेलसपन होता है, सांस लेने में तकलीफ है, पर क्या करें, ये दोनों सरकारें ऐसी हैं. वो उस पर टाल देते हैं, वो उस पर डाल देता है. वो कहता है इसका अब हरियाणा देखो उनके पास है, पंजाब देखो उसके पास है. दोनों ही तो है स्टेट, वहीं से तो पराली आता है और कहाँ से आता है. वो दोनों ही शांत बैठे हुए रहते हैं. क्या करें, जनता बोले मूर्ख है जनता. तो ऐसी केजरीवाल है, क्या कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे वो लोग.
आपको लग रहा है पराली जो जल रही है वो एक बड़ी वजह है दिल्ली के पॉल्यूशन की?
देखिए, पराली तो रही है, आपने भी देखा है पिछले सालों में काफ़ी पराली. अब ये यहाँ गाड़ी में आप आनंद विहार जाके देखो, इतने बड़े बड़े ट्रक आते हैं, इतने डीजल गाड़ियाँ हैं. तो इनको बैन करना चाहिए, बॉर्डर पे ही रोकनी चाहिए. सरकार को समस्या का हल करना चाहिए. अब सरकार ऐसे शांत बैठी रहेगी तो क्या है.
Right. So Simran, there you heard the voices, and these people are in fact have come from outside the national capital, and they are saying that government should find some solution to this problem because when they go outside the national capital, the things are different, and in the national capital continuously they are seeing that the AQI is deteriorating and going in the severe category, which is very harmful for their health also. And they are saying that they are making a fool of the public and doing the blame game, but not doing anything on the ground. So they are expecting the government to do something so that the pollution level can improve in the national capital. Yes,
Well,
sir.
in fact, Arzu, as you are also bringing the reports and the voices from the ground, where the AQI we can see of the national capital remains to be in the hazardous category, which in fact is worse than what it was days ago before Diwali. And also on that front, let me get what the sense of the ground also feels like from ITO Bharat Mandapam, where my colleague Brian is coming from. Brian, what exactly is the voice of the people from the ground when it comes to the AQI, which continues to in fact give a very terrible environment and a terrible bad air to the people of Delhi? Every other day, every other year, this is the same issue. The government is implementing the measures, but hardly any impact can be seen on the ground. This in fact continues to dominate the kind of politics that Delhi is also shaping. Bring us four more voices from the ground on the same.
Well, Simran, earlier also we've been speaking to many people. I also personally went and spoken to many people who, you talk about kids, you talk about elderlies, you talk about middle-aged men, you talk about all, even cyclists also who were facing a lot of problems in terms of breathing and in terms of the eye irritation, especially the kids that were facing. But again, we will be showing you where we are, and before that I'll show you the air quality index here where we are right now. We are at outside this very foot over bridge of Bharat Mandapam, and here I like to show you and give you a glimpse of the visuals. Before this also, when we were speaking to people, people were saying, the kids were saying that they were facing eye irritation, they were facing problems with their breathing. But here, if you see the situation now from a distance or from above a height, you can actually understand the situation here. Now, if you talk about now at this very point of time, it's 9:24. The situation is still better than it was from yesterday. Now it's still better because the visibility is not an issue, since we are at height. It's better to evaluate and understand. Here there is the Bharat Mandapam, which is not very far from us, and even the roads are pretty much visible. The visibility is not an issue now, even though yes, it's still, if you see the sky above also, you can see that it's still covered with a thick layer of smog, which is engulfing the national capital. Even in the early morning when we were doing our ground reports from different places, we've been showing that yes, visibility was an issue. But now, if you talk about now at this very point of time, the sun has also has come out, and as a result of that also the visibility is not an issue as of now. But still you get to understand that you feel nauseous, you feel there is a breathing problem, you feel eye irritation, you feel there is a problem in your throat also. But again, if we show you the visuals and to make you understand, there you can see water sprinkler vans are also been going on for every 5 minutes, every 3 minutes you can see a water sprinkler van that is working here to ensure that there is to cut down, rather to tone down the pollution level. But still the big question remains, is it enough, or there needs to be more? And when we were speaking to people, they were also saying the same thing, that there needs to be more, and this is not just enough. It should be more than just water sprinklers. It should be a more intricate step also to be taken by the Delhi government, by the government, to ensure that pollution curbs this time and not a lot of people face
Brian.
a lot of
All right, okay. The kind of areas which in fact the national capital looks at having very hazardous poor air quality is Bhavana, Alipur, and in fact Anand Vihar being there in the hotspots, while the NCR region does in fact get the greater impact from the Parari burning as well.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.